right, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, first and foremost, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Chakadash. All right, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Chakadash. All right, and as always, double honors to our apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, who well taught us the truth through the Spirit. All right, salutations to this equality while I came across the four corners of the earth that's teaching this truth, the sincerity, faith, and honesty. And Shalom YAHAWAH, so yes, Allah, which is peace and love to the elect of Israel. All right, and I'm that fellow servant Kwame. I got a brother.
All
right, we from GMS Tampa Bay 12. All right, a profitable servant, St. Petersburg, Florida. All right, the camps out here in St. Pete pretty much through the Spirit in Tampa, Florida, and pretty much through the Spirit of probably YAHAWASHI. Me and the brother was meditating on the restoring of the house of David, and pretty much these are the times we're living in, man. This, and hey, man, we in some beautiful times, man. When you really think about it, man, we in some beautiful, bro. When the apostles, matter of fact, man, hold that. Go to Acts 1:6, Baba Kashan. Because, man, we in some beautiful times, bro. Like the apostles, they could not wait for this time, man. Okay? When you read St. Matthew's 24th chapter, just starting off, it says, the disciples came to him privately asking about the times we living in. Well, we in those times right now, man. We're in some beautiful times where the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the real Hebrew Israelites, are waking up to their nationality, man, and calling on their power source, man. This is some beautiful times where Yahawashi is directly dealing with his people in the land of their captivity. This is the second Exodus, man. Okay? All right, go ahead, Akel.
This is Acts chapter 1 and verse 6. When they therefore came together, they asked of him, saying,
right, and this is apostles going to Yahawashi. At that time with the disciples, go ahead.
Saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel? And
this was thousands of years ago. This was thousands of years ago. He said restore, right?
Restore again.
The title of this video is Restoring the House of David. So what, they asked for, or are you going to restore all 12 tribes at this time? Is the work finished? No, the work just had begun, man. It was just beginning in the Spirit, man. Because what, the apostles had to go through reincarnations and reincarnations until now what? We in the last times where there's 144,000 prophets. Okay? Men of the Lord. All right? You got the apostles, the elders, Great Millstone. You got the 1/3. So these are the times that we're living in, man. Beautiful times, man. Beautiful times. All right? And that's why Yahawashi himself said, blessed are your eyes, for they see, and for your ears, for they hear. Your eyes see what? Our eyes see the prophecies, and our ears hear the faith. Our ears hear the things that were written about, man, for our learning, man. Because what? Faith cometh by hearing, man. So we hear the doctrine of Yahawashi, which is by faith, and we cleaving into that, man. Because that's the substance of things hoped for. Hope for what? We hoping for immortality. We're hoping for the same man that went up in that chariot in the time of Acts to come back in that like manner, man. See? Go ahead.
This is verse 7, Acts 1 and 7. And he said unto them, it is not for you to know the times or the seasons.
Right, because that's right, because the Heavenly Father, only the Heavenly Father knows. Even Yahawashi said he don't know, man. Go ahead.
Which the Father hath put in his own power.
In his own power. Go ahead.
But ye shall receive power after the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and all of Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth.
And unto the uttermost parts of the earth. And that's how beautiful the times been, because the uttermost parts of the earth will be what? Here in the Western Hemisphere, which will be North America, man. Okay, which is recorded in the scriptures. And that power is what? Spiritual power. Well, the first step to receiving that spiritual power is to understanding the breakdowns, understanding the scriptures. Everybody got a Bible, right, brother? But do everybody understand how to read that Bible? Do everybody know how the Bible is quoted? Give me Matthew 13:11, Baba Kashan, real quick. And then we're going to go to Psalms. Because this is the restoring of the house of David, man. Okay, this is the restoring of the house of David. By understanding what the fuck is going on in the times you're living into, man. That's a beautiful thing. Hey, the scripture say, let no man take thy crown, man. It's a beautiful thing to know what the fuck going on here in 2019, man. Okay? Beautiful. It is beautiful in the sight of YAHAWASHI to know that you're a Hebrew Israelite and that you have a chance at being an elect. Okay? Chosen of the Lord. That's beautiful, man. And don't let nobody take that joy. Okay? And I'm speaking to your younger Akim like myself first and foremost, man. Don't let nobody take that. Because the Lord ain't dealing with age. And the Lord ain't dealing with the outward countenance. He deals with the inner man. Okay? And that's the spirit, man. Ancient man here on the planet Earth. And we have a chance of being one of those men, man. Predestined to be saved. Alright, go ahead.
This is Matthew chapter 13,
start verse 10.
Verse 10. Matthew 13 and 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables?
So why do we speak to the nation of Israel in parables to this day? When we out there on those corners, it's plain. Scripture say making simple the wise. Okay? So going back into the time when Yahawashi was speaking to the nation of Israel, okay? He said, why speakest to them in parables? The disciples said that, right? Go ahead.
So verse 11, he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries.
Because it is given unto you. Who is that you? St. John 17 says, I pray for them. I pray not for the world. That you is the elect, man. All right, so like it's the spirit. You already know that spirit. Go ahead.
I'll read it again. Matthew chapter 13, verse 11. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. That
is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven. It's not given unto all these jakes out here, man. That's given unto few select men who the Most High Yahawashi put the spirit on to be able to go through mistrials and undergo misfortunes. Because when you go into the etymology of the word endure, it's going to say be able to go through misfortunes, man. All right, and go through trials. Okay, so it's given unto us to be able to endure these things, man. It's given unto us to know what this word means, man. See, because with this word, this is a testimony outside the spirit of prophecy, man. This is a weight. That's why when you read all the ancient prophets, they said the burden of the word of the Lord came into Zephaniah. The burden of the word of the Lord came into Isaiah, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, man. So far and so on. Why? Because this is a burden. This is a weight that everybody is not able to lift. Okay? This is a heavy talent here, man. Okay? So these are beautiful times we're living into where the Most High Yahawashi is gathering men across the four corners of the earth that's doing these things, man, that understand the mysteries, okay, that's going through the hardships, man, going through the turmoil, going through the hatred, the despising of their own families, man, okay, being cursed out, neglected, rejected at jobs, whatever you want to call it, man. Guess what? We're doing this for a greater cause because we're not losing, we're gaining, okay? Go ahead.
But to them it is not given.
Right, 2/3 is not given unto them. Pray not for this people. Once again, Yahawashi said, I pray not for them. I pray for them, I pray not for the world, man. Alright? So Yahawashi is a separatist, man. Okay, go ahead.
This is 12. For whosoever hath, to him shall be given.
Yeah, that was on that. Yeah, that was on that. Songs?
Yeah, go back to
Papa Kushar, yep. You know, you could, if you want to speak on it anytime, speak on it.
I mean, I was just going to say, as far as the mysteries of the kingdom, you know, these mysteries is like the key. You know, the key to get in. Yeah. You know, like you know, knowing the password. You know, what's the password? You know, like that kind of shit.
That's the code.
Kind of code.
The name of the Lord, the strong tower.
Yeah.
You said something so beautiful. Revelations, the 5th chapter. It says, and I wept much because no man was able to loosen. Yeah. And he did that for us. He loosened the saints for us. So that was a beautiful point for us to receive these mysteries, man. So for us to be restored into the house of David, Lord's will. Because that's the only people who the Lord have mercy on. He, oh, ye my beloved. You know? The scripture say, better is the end of the thing, right? Do not, the scripture say, declaring the end from the beginning. It's not the end of Esau, the beginning of it that followeth. So who the Lord always had mercy on? His elect. He always was dealing with the elect. Although he loved Jacob. he always was dealing, and I'm talking about the 12 tribes, the sands of the sea, but he always had a remnant, man. He always had a remnant, bro. That's the end. Whenever you read about the mercy, because the scripture says the things are written for time for our learning, right?
Yeah.
So when we reading about the mercy, that's for the elect. Because Wisdom of Solomon says, for grace and mercy is to his saints, and he have care for his chosen. He have care for his elect, man. Okay?
This is Psalms 133 and verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant is it for brethren to dwell together in unity.
God, hey, and that's what's going on today. The kingdom of heaven, which is not come by observation, you see, but come with which is within you. Okay, so how beautiful it is for another brick to be beside another brick, man. Okay, a brick of gold, that is, man. Precious fine gold. And the times we coming into a corner, Isaiah the 13th chapter, which we just brought out that camp. Okay, how beautiful it is for another brick to be built, to be placed right onto another brick, man. And then another brick. What is that? Chiefly Great Millstone, man. Chiefly Great Millstone. The men out here in Great Millstone, starting with Elder Pastor Hall down, Men of Valor, DTA, and the Akim out there that don't have a camp, man. That's teaching the sound doctrine of words of YAHAWASHI. How beautiful it is for them to dwell in unity, man. Matter of fact, get what's that? 1 Peter's 2, Baba Kasha. You want to go ahead and finish that up, no?
That was
it on there?
Yeah.
Go ahead, you can read that again real quick.
All right, so Psalm 133 and verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant is it for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Kind, man. Hey, this is a beautiful thing in the sight of YAHAWASHI. For man of the Lord to be raised up in 2019, bro. Do you know how beautiful that is, bro? To have light given unto you, man. In 2019, the understanding of the scriptures, bro. This is life. Niggas is locked up wishing they understood this, man. Here it is, everybody want to get their life right behind bars. But you ain't behind bars and you understand what the fuck going on, man. That's a beautiful thing, man. That light has been restored unto you, man. That's a beautiful thing for brothers to be dwelling in this unity, man. Okay? First Peter, you read on First Peter?
Oh, so like I thought you was grabbing.
No. I was finna read it with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it's all good, brother.
It said First Peter, what was it?
2 and you can start at verse 4.
All right, this is 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 4. To whom coming as unto a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of the Most High and precious.
God, that's the outside. Go ahead.
Ye also as lively stones.
Ye also as lively stones. Okay. That unity, the house of David, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, go ahead.
Are built up a spiritual house.
So what's that? The kingdom of heaven. All right. So like I said, hey man, every brother you look at, you know, we bricks. You know, you don't want to take this time or take this chance or this opportunity. What Eminem say? This opportunity come once in a lifetime. You better lose it. Nah, bro. This opportunity that's in front of us is an opportunity of immortality, man. Everybody can't get this opportunity, man. Go ahead, man. You feel me, bro? Everybody cannot get this opportunity. You got to be chosen. The Lord actually got to be dealing with you to give you the understanding of immortality, man. And that comes with wisdom. Okay? Go ahead, Akia.
And holy priesthood.
A holy priest, sacred. The word holy means sacred. Okay, priesthood, because we are the priests. And this was the destiny in Exodus, the 19th chapter. This is what YAHAWASHI wanted from the beginning, man. For us to be a royal priesthood, but our forefathers went off. That's why we needed YAHAWASHI, man. Okay? So that through him, we can be a nations of kings and priests. Right? It was Revelations, the 5th chapter, right?
To offer up spiritual sacrifices.
Spiritual sacrifices. That's our prayers and presenting our body as the living sacrifice. That's doing the work. Going out to the highways. Studying. Counseling with brothers, man. Anything that's spiritual is the offerings of the Lord, man. This is a royal priesthood in the spirit. Okay? This is a royal priesthood. This is a kingdom of heaven spiritually. Okay? Before it's manifested physically. And that goes back to when this is why looking for the third kingdom, the third temple to be built. It's being built right here. It's a spiritual temple, man. Being restored, man. Go ahead, Akia.
Acceptable to the Most High.
Acceptable, man. Acceptable men are thrown through the furnace of adversity, giving up everything in this fleshly life, this carnal life, to receive the spiritual benefits, man. Okay? To be a spiritual block, a brick, man, placed into your lot, so that when other spiritual bricks come, which is, brothers, we lively stones to the making of the kingdom of heaven, man. The restoring of the house of David.
That government.
That government body, baby. That's on the shoulders of YAHWASHI. Okay? And that's right, right? Isaiah the 9th chapter. And the government shall be upon his shoulders. You know? Go ahead.
By YAHWASHI Mashiach.
By YAHWASHI Mashiach, because his blood. He's the volume of the book. Go ahead.
Wherefore also it is contained in the scripture.
It's contained in the scriptures. That's why the scripture says, seek ye me with your whole heart. Okay? Seek the Lord. Go ahead.
Behold, I lay in Zion a chief cornerstone, elect, precious, and he that believeth on him shall not be confounded.
That's right, man. So if you believe on YAHWASHI, you ain't going to be confounded, man. If you hold your faith and your integrity to the end, you're not going to be confounded. Because what's that? 2 Thessalonians, the 1st chapter, it says, at his appearance, he shall consume them with the brightness of his coming, you know, and he shall be admired in all his saints, right? So who is that talking about? That's talking about the elect, man. That's talking about the restoring of the house, the brothers that actually leaned on the faith rather than their own understanding, right? Some more? I think that's some more.
Yeah, you can talk.
All right, we're going to get to the point, Amos 9.
All right.
You know, through the Spirit. You good? You got anything you want to get out? See?
No.
The Spirit? All right, okay.
What do you want? 11? 10?
Yeah, you can start at verse 10. You can start at verse 10, Baba Kasha, yeah.
All right.
Yes,
So Amos chapter 9 and verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
Yep. Kind. What's that talking? All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. Read that one more time, Baba.
Amos chapter 9 verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
Right. So everybody that do not want to be affiliated with the restoring of the house of David, man. That's 2/3 of our people. They never have faith in the Lord. Go ahead.
Which say the evil shall not overtake.
Right. So the judgment, the time of Jacob's trouble. Oh, this shit ain't finna affect me. Oh, a famine of the world. Oh, man, y'all niggas tweaking. I don't need that word. I don't need the. Hey, man, I know a younger brother right now. This brother right now in the spirit, heavy. Okay. This brother actually found the Bible he using right now today is the Bible he was at the park and he just seen it out there on the table. He was like, man, somebody left this Bible out here. And I said, bro, the spirit was, hey, the Most High help us put the spirit on that man to lead that Bible there, so you can use that. And that brother, and I said, oh, it's KJV. I'm talking about 7. Sabai. The same Bible this brother using is a Bible that he found at the park, man. Okay? Why is that? Because the Most High is putting the spirit on brothers to be restored, man. He's restoring the house of David, man.
He's extending that hand, though.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
Come. And what's that hand? Mercy.
Kind of mercy.
Because what did YAHWASHI do, bro? YAHWASHI did the same thing. When, who was that in the water? Peter, I think? When he was walking on the water? And he was drowning? What did YAHWASHI do? He extended his what?
Yeah.
That mercy. You know? That's just like us. That's why we gonna scarcely be saved. We gonna only be scarcely be saved because we call on the name of YAHWASHI, bro. Not of our works, but of our faith and believing in that name. You know? Go ahead.
Amos chapter 9 verse 11. In that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David.
Right, the same man that was with David. Because the scripture says there is no new thing under the sun. And the Most High YAHWASHI, he sendeth forth his spirit. Okay? And they are newly created. That's reincarnation. Okay? To the 3rd and 4th generation. Unto them that hate me, man. The Lord said that. He said visiting them upon the 3rd and 4th generation that hate me. But he will be with them that loved him, man, and keep his commandments. All right, go ahead.
I'll read again.
Okay.
Top Amos chapter 9, verse 11. And that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof.
Close up the breaches thereof. No more hatred. No more vexation. No more envy.
Okay.
You know? Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what, Psalm 50. You know, I shall, what is it, how it go? I should set them in order before thine eyes.
Yes, that's around like 23.
Yeah,
that's around like the verse 23. It says, "Thou fool thought that I was altogether with thee, but I will set them order before thine eyes." The elect. That's right. Those lively stones, man. Placing those bricks to make the house of David. You know, correct.
Continuing, and I will raise up his ruins, and will build it as the days of old.
And I will build it as in the days of old. And that's the thing that's going on right now today. This is why the Lord said, "I will call ye. I will call thee out, man." We come from brothers, you know, mothers, you know, looking at you like you bugged out. They like, "Man, look, I know you." But you don't even understand that the Most High, YAHAWASHI, put the spirit on you to birth the prophet, man. Because see, the elect, we're not a part of this place. Though we are in it, we do not abuse the world, man. We use it to the best of our ability to push this truth, but we don't abuse it, man. We're not a part of this world, okay? So the Lord is what? He's rebuilding us, man. He's building that spirit back up, man. He's restoring that spirit, that covenant, that holy, that sacred covenant, man. Okay, which is who? YAHAWASHI. Because YAHAWASHI was the ark of the covenant. But now the spiritual ark, okay, which is, that's a spirit. Because what? It was a physical ark that was built. Not a spiritual ark that's built. It's off of the faith. Because we ain't out there building a physical ark, not putting shit together, getting certain wood, cedar wood, putting shit together, lining shit out. You know? No, we out there on the corners building a spiritual ark, man. Restoring the house of David through the spirit. And us putting that work in, because Chris say that's how sweat in the brow, right? You know, in the curse. Us putting that work in is doing the videos, man. Going out with brothers, counseling. You know? Being in the spirit.
Verse 12, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and all of the heathen, which are called by my name, saith the Lord Yahweh, that doeth this.
That's the spirit. You want to get a closing precept real quick? And you got something you want to do?
Yeah, I got Ezekiel 37.
Let's close out on that.
All right. This is Ezekiel.
Because it said to possess. He built us up to possess the inheritance of our enemies. So that's what. Because what the scripture says in Jeremiah 30:16, all they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all they that preyed upon thee shall be a prey. Right? So he's raising up the elect to what? We fishing right now, but soon we're gonna be hunters. You know, so just want to, back you up.
Because this is our inheritance. You know, us being rulers of the planet Earth. You know, the world was made for our sakes. You know, the Most High has these other heathens for us to be over them. You know, but you know, as time go on, you know, we fell away. You know, from our godly state, our first state. You know, because it's all according to the Most High's plan. You know, but this is that time when He's going to restore us. That's why Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob was the beginning that followed. We're heading back to the beginning, our first estate. You know, before the curses in Deuteronomy 28. You know, think of the first verse to the 14th verse. All the blessings and the wonderful things the Most High promised unto us. You know, we're going back to that. You know, because like what Esau said, this is our God-given right in this country. You know, but it's our God-given right to be rulers of the earth. You know?
Hey, just to add on to something so beautiful you said. Romans the 8th chapter, it says, "For the creature waiteth, the whole earth is mourning,
waiting for
us to be restored, man." Yeah, the whole earth. What's that? Proverbs 29 or Proverbs 26? It says, "When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn it, but when the righteous bear rule." So, bro, the whole earth is waiting on us to be restored. You know, so this is a beautiful. Once again, this is beautiful times we in. You know, beautiful, bro. We look at it sometimes like, man, I'm catching a lot of hell. But, bro, we losing the game, bro. We losing it in the flesh, but in the spirit, we done winning. We already won.
Because of YAHAWASHI.
Because of YAHAWASHI. But if we maintain the integrity and constantly push and enduring to the end, we're going to be written in that book of life. then that's when it's going to be known who are his chosen. In 2nd Ezra 16, then shall be known my chosen. You know, but just, you know, backing you up, brother. Go ahead, you can close out.
Yeah.
Speak on it.
All right, yeah, I'm just going to read it. All right, this is Ezekiel 37, and I'll start at 21. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahawah, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and whither they, and Salakia, I'll go back.
Okay. I just want to speak on something real quick, right?
Oh, yeah, I started the top again.
Okay.
It's Ezekiel 37, and verse 21.
Ezekiel 37, 21.
Right. And say unto them, thus saith the Lord Yahawah, behold, I will take the children of Israel.
That's all I want to speak on. I would take the children of Israel. Children of Israel is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Gotta say that. You know, children of Israel is the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Anytime you read the scripture, it says, ye only have I known all the families of the earth. Therefore will I punish you for your iniquities. Who were the curses on? Who was the blessings given unto you? What about the covenants? Who is the heritage given unto you? So anytime you read Israel, the God of Israel, the Lord is talking to Native American Indians, so-called Negroes, and so-called Latinos, or the 12 tribes of Israel and their respective nations. Right?
Yeah, and the true name is Yasharala. So we say Israel for his edification, you know, for you understand. But going back, continuing, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land.
And bro, that's the 2nd Ezra, bro. Ezra's 2nd Exodus. You know, bring them into their own land. Come on, man. Go ahead, man. All right, bro. Where you at again?
Ezekiel 37. This is verse 22.
And this after the Valley of the Drought. This is when he was going into the 2 sticks.
Kanye at the beginning. Let's get into it.
Man, go ahead.
And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel. And that's that mountains is that government. Continuing, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more 2 nations. Neither shall they be divided into 2 kingdoms anymore at all. And
that goes back to 2nd Kings, or the 1st King, when we were split with Jeroboam and Rehoboam. And the scriptures say, and the reason why I wanted to say that, because the scriptures say they had war between each other till this day. And that's why the scriptures say, Ephraim shall not vex Judah, and Judah shall, Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. Because that war, that envy and that strife was between the northern and the southern all the way until this day. So when you say he would make them one nation, that's beautiful. Because that's what, being pure, being out of these awfully curses, bro. You know, just want to, just speak on that, man. You know, Salaki. You know, I ain't want to go in, but just experience,
This is verse 23. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places, wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power.
Whew. Man, bro, Baba Kasai, read that last part again from the nations, bro.
Going back 23, but I will save them out of all their dwelling places.
All their dwelling places, wherever we were scattered, driven. The scripture say in the land of their captivities, plural. Out of the land of the north. What did we read in Acts, the 1st chapter? The uttermost parts. Come on. They can't be, bro, them Khazarites cannot be the people of the Lord because they're not fitting the curses. Anytime you ask them what tribe they from, Levi. That's it. You know how I had to say that, bro. I'm like, that's all you say though, bro. It's like, what tribe you from? Levi.
They don't know no precepts.
No precepts, no nothing.
They don't know the Most High, but they the children.
Yes, bro. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Wherein they have sinned and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their power.
You speak of
that? No, I'm just saying, no, that's that sanctification. Us, the Most High separating us, making that distinction, taking us away from the heathen, because we're not the heathen. You know, we're here because of our punishment. We've been scattered because of the curses. You know, but the Most High is going to make the world know that there's a difference, you know, between us and these other nations. The Most High make a difference between us and the Egyptians.
That's right.
And just like in this modern day time, you know, the modern day Egyptians is these so-called Americans.
Right.
You know, so the Most High is going to make a difference between, you know, his people, you know, being you so-called Negros, Latinos, and Native Americans. You're not going to be called that no more. We're not going to say so-called. You know, you're going to know we're Israelites. We are the princes of the power. You know, we are Levites. You know, we're Benjaminites. You know, Zebulonites. You know, this is who we are. We're not who the oppressor calls us. You know, we're taking off that bullshit. You know, the Most High is saying, no, you are my children. You know, and you know, you be obedient unto me and do the things which are pleasing unto me, and I'll give you your land. I'll give you the heathen for your possession. You know, all the uttermost parts of the world. And that's the Most High saying, you know, giving us back our land. You know, that's just, you know, obviously, you know, the Holy Land, which is Jerusalem. You know, but the whole earth, you know, the whole universe is our possession. You know, because this is our inheritance that the Most High has given us. You know, the portion of Jacob is not like them. You know, he is what, the former of all things. You know, the Most High has begotten us. You know, it just.
Bro, that's heavy, because that go back to Genesis, the first time. It said the former of all things. We was every YAHAWASHI.
The beginning. Yes. That's the elect, 144,000.
Israel is my firstborn. You know, Jacob is my. Come on, bro.
This is the thing that's promised unto you, so-called Negros, the Americans. You being, you know, the ruling class of the earth. Us being royalty again. You know, not being these
gutter rats.
Yeah, just the scum of the earth. You know, being mocked and laughed at. You know, when these other heathen nations, these Moabites, these Ammonites, they see Jake say, "Oh, niggas, you know, niggas, you know." But in that day, they're gonna say, you know, these are the children of the Most High. You know, going back to Hosea, the first chapter, you know, where it said, "You're not my people," it shall say, "You are my people."
That's right. You know? And that's gonna come with that fame.
That fame, you know, what is this? Is it Zephaniah?
Yeah, Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter.
Who shall receive praise
15
and fame,
verse,
and all the lands would be put to shame.
And all the lands,
where we are shame and a reproach on this earth.
Yes.
While we're seeing that as entertainers, you know, we don't know nothing. We don't have no wisdom. You know, we're damn sure not the children of the Most High. You know, they say it might be the Moabites. The Moabites, you know, the Ishmaelites, you know, they might be the new rulers, but you niggas. Fuck
niggas
no.
ruling over there?
Fuck no.
Y'all niggas is sagging pants.
Y'all
bitches through. Can't be them. They ate. But what he say in the purge? They forgot about us. Who is that us? The elect.
They forgot about
the man of the Lord.
Yeah, I'm on this. This is verse in the spirit flow. It's Ezekiel 37 and 24. And David, my servant, shall be king over them. And they all shall have one shepherd.
That's right.
They shall also walk in my judgments and observe my statutes and do them.
And download, man. That new covenant. Through his blood. You will be able to receive this, man. You know?
Us finally being the perfect example. You know, what Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, all nations flowing onto us. You know, that was the intention in the beginning. You know, but we fell away because, you know, our disobedience.
In Daniel's the 7th chapter, he had the vision in verse 27 of all nations serving and obeying him because of us, man. He's seen it. He's seen us serving. He's seen the other nations serving and obeying us, man. On the 27th verse, going back into the Isaiah 2nd chapter, flowing into us, man. That was the vision that was set. This is how it was supposed to be, that order. But what? We had to fall away first, man. You know, we had to know evil so that we can appreciate the good.
Exactly.
You know?
Because that's the thing. We didn't appreciate it, man. You know, Deuteronomy 32nd chapter, Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. You know, we waxed fat and we forsaken our power. You know, because even you still see that going on today. Just Jake with a little bit of fame, you don't know the Most High. You know, that's just a consolation. You know, but the Most High had to really humble us. You know, he humbled us to the state that we're in now, to nothing, to where we only have, the only option is to praise upon his name. You know? But I'm gonna move down. You can read, you know, these. This is a good book.
And quote it again from.
We're in Ezekiel 37 chapter. I started at 21 and I read on down.
A lot of brothers don't.
Yeah. You can read on down to the rest of this chapter, but for time's sake, you know, this is verse 27. My tabernacle also shall be with them.
That's Revelation's 21st chapter. Behold, the tabernacle of men, tabernacle of Yahweh shall be with men. He shall be their people.
That's exactly what it's going to say. Yeah, I will be their power, and they shall be my people. 28, where we're going to close out. And the heathen shall know that I am Yahweh, do sanctify Israel.
That's the elect. Man, go ahead, man. That's the elect.
When my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore.
Come on, bro. How is that going to happen? By the way of the strange events that's going to come here on the planet Earth. YAHWASHI showing up with the angels, the men of the Lord being more precious than fine gold. How are you going to know righteous? You going to know power. You going to know that people shall be willing in the day of thy power, man. And this is the beauty of the restoring of the house of David, because he ain't just me thinking like this no more. Remember when we was in the world, you'd be like, man, I'm the only one like this, man. It ain't just me like this. No, you good. We all like this. I came around the whole four corners of the earth is waking up to the time we're in. It ain't just you. It's all of us like this. Okay? All right? So, hey, man, we're in some beautiful times, bro. Hey, man, bro, words cannot express.
Future rulers,
bro, what?
Universe, bro.
God, bro. You know, we can, and it feel like we just talking right now.
Yeah, that's how.
That's the living waters.
We can go to a whole nother video.
Yes, man. You know, hey, but for time's sake, you know, Jay got a short tempers. Hey, so with that, go ahead and close out, Uncle Sean.
Hey, with that, we want to give our praises to
Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Kakodash.
You know, double honors to our elders and apostles, the great millstone. You know, Lord's witness edifying. You know, we want to say peace and blessings to the whole collective Israel. Hey, shalom.